near a liberal white city that's like that. It's called Claremont. And they've had that issue a lot where they've been sued.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm
That's
gonna
the
play
truth.
this clip right here. We'll switch gears. I'm gonna let Enzo respond to this. We're gonna play this clip
Yeah.
and we're gonna get into it about the revolution and what's going on. So the Revolutionary War was talked about this week. It's in the news because of a documentary that came out on PBS, oddly enough, where funding's being cut. But anyways, we'll get off of that. And here, leading up to this week, this is a clip from the Democrats put out about congressmen regarding the No Kings. Let's hear what they had to say.
Alyssa Slotkin,
Senator Mark Kelly,
Representative Chris DeLuzio,
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander,
Representative Chrissy Houlihan,
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy,
former CIA officer,
former Navy,
former paratrooper and Army Ranger,
former intelligence officer,
former Air Force,
We want to speak directly to members of the military.
and the intelligence community.
who take risks each day.
to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military,
And intelligence community professionals
Against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath.
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad.
But from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
In the Army,
Our Navy,
The Air Force.
Your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
our Constitution,
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
So, Enzo, what do you think about that clip? What's your thoughts? They're pretty much telling servicemen to not listen to orders. Is that treason?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out if that was a joke, satire, an SNL skit. Is this the new Democrat talking points because the Epstein files are going to be released? Like, what are we doing here? Are we going to say Trump's going to use use the army against the people? Like how fucking Mark Milley said it in his first term that's why he didn't give them the National Guard for January 6th because he thought he was going to use the National Guard to overthrow the government then? Are we really going backwards to use the same fucking talking points again? You guys got nothing new. Where in the blue fuck in America is Donald Trump using the military against the people? I'll wait. Where are we using the military against the people? And what illegal orders are they talking about? Am I living in a delusion land that the military is somewhere in fucking, and we got martial law going on somewhere? Like, is that going in like the middle of nowhere? Like, I'm lost. I'm so lost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was interesting. But we are approaching the 250th year anniversary. We are at a precipice in our country. This is what Benny Johnson had to say about the founding fathers and capitalism.
We change one thing about America's founding, I would not have a capital city. The entire promise of America was that they dilute and fraction power. There should not be one centralized federal city. That's insane. Something happens inside of that place, no matter how many good people are in charge, because it's run by demonic forces. And there is a pressure that weighs on you that manipulates reality. You can see people like Elon Musk go there and like completely crash out, right? After living there for just a little bit. Some really good people go nuts. It is a sunken place, that city. And it's designed to manipulate reality and to disconnect you from the base. What you're watching, obviously, is a little bit of an administration trying to find their footing and trying to reconnect with the MAGA base because they're out of step. That is something that falls to us now. We're not Charlie, we never will be. But it's something that falls to us to pick up a piece of the mantle and to carry it forward. That's why I was meeting with the White House for 5 hours on Friday. It's like go in and to bang my fists on the table and demand action on certain major priorities. And I got a chill through my skull and bones when I saw this morning. Put it up. Here's the final policy prescription that Charlie Kirk demanded of the federal government, of which he was a massive player in establishing. Charlie posted this, and 3 weeks later, he was murdered. I'll just go out and say, yeah, of course there's a connection. Charlie Kirk was murdered because of this. Whether you believe that it's Tyler Robinson just hating Charlie Kirk, or if you believe in a greater and broader conspiracy of evil, which I also believe in, let's let the trial play out. I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I see all the evidence. But does it mean that the forces of evil wanted to stop Charlie and were using what was clearly demonically possessed young men in order to do so? Yes. Yes, there was a broader conspiracy of evil against Charlie, and I believe it happened on a spiritual level. The spirits of evil wished to destroy Charlie because of policy prescriptions like this. As far as I know, the final policy prescription of Charlie is right here on screen. This is the social compact breaking down, Charlie says, literally days before he's shot and killed. We need urgency to restore it. We need mass deportations. Stop the H-1B scam. Dramatically reduce legal immigration, or stop all legal immigration. I agree with that. And chain migration and visa lottery, obviously. Yes, it can be done with a stroke of a pen. Build 10 million homes for Americans, absolutely. Urban containment is a huge problem, and crush the college cartels. And he's posting the data we talked about yesterday.
Kimberly, what do you think about that clip? He said a whole lot. Do you agree with what Charlie, before he was unalived, said the plan should be to improve America? Will that be the revolution we need in this country, or what do you think?
I'm going to be honest. I sat through that out of respect for you. I don't know who that guy is. That was so hard to watch. At first, he didn't make sense because he was talking about decentralized. So I was like, okay, he's lefty. And then he was talking about, I was like, what? Like, he's like all over the place. And I can't listen to people who are like so like that in your face. Anyways, do I agree that, I mean, a lot of what the right rightly diagnoses as, you know, the crushing of the middle class, their prescription is wrong. It's easy to say that immigrants are the problem. A lot of the immigrants that come here came from refugee crises that the United States has created all over the world from their horrific foreign policy. So I'll just say that. I think the HB1 visa is, as it exists, and needs to be reformed. I get that. I do think that we need to prioritize our citizens. I think that's why countries exist. I think that each country should prioritize their citizens. I get that. But there's a certain way to go about certain, especially economic issues with regards to immigration, without being so extreme to the right. Like, cut off all legal immigration también. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, he lost me. I don't know what he was talking about, where I don't know. I think there's conspiracy behind Charlie Kirk's death, but I don't know if he was going about it correctly. There was a point where he said something. What did he say? He said that he was murdered because of that tweet. I don't know. That was a bit much, but yeah, with regards to immigration, I do think that that's really extreme.
Yeah. Kamal, what do you think will be the revolution we need in this country? He laid out a pretty clear plan. Do you agree with it, or do you think he's full of it, kind of like what Kim said?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm with Kimberly. I don't know what the fuck he was saying. Is this, I don't know what the fuck is motherfuckers talking about show today? Because damn, a lot of people have been babbling, from Mexican bird to the Mexican president to Burbro with the Johnny Bravo haircut. Nigga was, I don't know, he was just blurting out shit. You know what's gonna be the American Revolution? You know when that's gonna be?
What?
That's when Donald Trump gonna slap the fuck out of Bill Clinton. That's when the American Revolution gonna happen. When these damn politicians start fighting each other. Nancy Pelosi, you gotta fight out the gang now. You can't just leave politics without no bangs and bruises. Hell no, you gonna have to throw some fucking hands like they do with the Mexican politics. You was right, Skeptic. The Mexican politicians do it a little different than they do in America. They'll slap the fuck out you with the goddamn with the right hand. You feel me? Out here in America, you know that I'm waiting on that. When they gonna start doing that shit? You feel me? But I really didn't know what bro was saying, man. The only thing I could think of was it was conspiracy, and I damn near was about to play the X-File thing, but I don't know, man. Are we gonna have American Revolution? Shit, they keep bringing immigrants. I tell you that fucking much. If they keep bringing illegal immigrants, it's gonna be a for sure American Revolution, because the wage is gonna go down to fucking $1.52. You think they ain't hiring us? I'm telling you right now, that's when the revolution gonna happen. All right, but what Benny Blanco, where the fuck his name was saying, I don't know what he was talking about. It was, I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna play this
Bring
clip
back
about.
dueling.
Go ahead.
Can we bring back dueling?
Oh yeah, that might be something.
Politicians bring back dueling. That's how we
Might as
settle
well.
disagreements in America. Bring it back.
That would be great. I would love to see Trump and a few of them do it.
And Nancy Pelosi, first one.
You know
Maybe
what's
Obama.
funny? That you guys are talking about Nancy Pelosi. Right now, I'm on the Quiver quantitative to check out her stocks to see what she's selling. Because that
What's she
you
selling?
guys, right now she sold Apple stock back in October. So
Okay.
I mean, it seems like a lot of people are starting to sell their stocks. So, you know.
Y'all better
Since
be
you guys
listening.
mentioned
Shit.
her, I figured I'd check her out. I haven't checked her trades in a while.
Hey, Mia, you giving the people in the chat that's broke as fuck talk about we broke, can't send no super chat. Y'all better listen. Get
Right,
your fucking
I
money
got
up.
I wonder
houses.
if I wonder if she's.
houses, but can't send a $2.99 super chat. Like, okay,
Yeah, Mr.
I was-
Four Home.
okay, brokey.
I was gonna say, I wonder if she sold Apple stock after there was a huge mining collapse in Congo.
I think
recently.
that was around the time, Kimberly. That's what I was
Whoa.
thinking too.
Mm.
That's why she did it. But yeah, last clip, guys. We're gonna play the clip about the revolution, and then I'll have Skepta go next.
Gets into what a civil war this was.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, you characterize this as a
It is.
civil war.
More
rather
of a
than-
civil war than our Civil War.
Definitely.
And you write about 15,000 Black Americans who actually enlist with George III.
Yeah.
Yes.
As opposed to the 5,000 that ultimately joined the Patriots.
Right.
That's because, a quote, according to Vincent Brown, for many of those enslaved people, the British represented freedom, the Patriots did not. That's a hard story to tell Americans.
Yeah.
Why is it hard, Sarah?
Well, what you see in the American Revolution is that both sides of the fight are manipulating and trying to promise freedom to the enslaved people. And they're going to take whichever version of that notion of freedom they think is more possible than the other. And that is really understandable. And we need to put that into some historical context. Yes, it's a bitter pill to swallow, but it actually shouldn't be if you've thought about American history and how long it takes for us to fight the Civil War.
Nobody wants to be enslaved. No one wants to be enslaved. So where do I have freedom? And I did not know the full dimensions of the hypocrisy of one of the most cherished of the stories we tell about Lord Dunmore, who's a deposed British royal governor who's out in the Chesapeake, who owns human beings. And he says, if you are the slave of a rebel, we'll give you your freedom. If you're the slave of a loyalist, you're going to be a slave for the rest of your life.
Okay, I'm gonna let Kamal go first. Kamal, what do you think about that clip?
Oh, I wish them white folks shut the fuck up. I'm tired of that shit. Stop using our black plight to push y'all shit. If y'all motherfuckers are really real about it, y'all have been like, yeah, like the enslaved Black Americans, they fought for their freedom, like how it is right now that we fight for fucking reparations for that shit. Shut the fuck up, man. Y'all white motherfuckers, talk about some European Americans. Stop fucking putting us in the mix of shit. I'm tired
So
of
you're
that.
mad that he's talking about the Black people in his documentary? I just want to understand. Sorry.
I'm mad that he's trying to flip it and be like, oh yeah, it's like the times of the day of what we're fighting with, and like how the Black Americans fought back in the day to free themselves as slaves. No, if you want to incorporate us, incorporate what the fuck we want right now. That's reparations and an anti-Black hate crime bill. Stop the horse shit, motherfuckers. Stop using our shit to push y'all shit off from that white lady crying and shit when she didn't want to give up the good secrets in the hospital to this motherfucker with the documentary. I see what you're doing, bro. I don't like that shit. Hell no. Hell no. Don't like it at all.
Skeptic, what do you think? I mean, I think people forget that this country really did get founded with immigrants.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm be honest with you.
Can, can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Okay, good.
But
I
they're
did,
saying that the documentary is woke because he mentions the
but it's
immigrants.
not though. It's factually based. I actually did know about that. The interesting thing about it is though, I don't know how much they're emphasizing on the manipulation that the Europeans were using, and I'm talking Europeans on both sides. Because if you understand, America and Britain and the French have been treaty breakers. They will make a treaty with you, they will promise you one thing, but then they will do whatever they want to do, whatever benefits them, whether that has to do with land, whether that has to do with reparations, whatever it is. They will promise something, but then they won't come through with it. So the fact that they were trying to manipulate anyone who was enslaved by saying, hey, if you don't fight for our cause, then this and that is going to, work against you or work in your favor, was manipulation. Like at the end of the day, that's what it is. And I did want to say, this man, I know military men, and I hate to see military men that have been in service for more than a decade say that they're going to retire or they're going to not re-enlist because of all the things that are going on. We have seen the attack on military men. Like, to say that there is no attack or anything illegal when you are going against a governor's request to not have the National Guard come into their state, and you didn't respect the state, whatever it is, what is it that they say? They used to be for state rights. And all of a sudden you were okay with the federal government overstepping their power is hypocritical. And the fact that what was it? Whiskey Links, what's his name? Pete Hegseth, that had 2 leaks off of his little whiskey problem. The fact that he went and gave a whole TED talk to military men, basically telling them, if you don't agree with us, you're in danger or we're going to come after you, is wild. Because the military and everyone that gives their life for this country isn't supposed to be one way or the other. They're supposed to care about the success of our nation and protecting our freedoms. So it is sad to see the attack on military men. It is sad to see the attack on people that are willing to risk it all, put their families, put Christmas, put Thanksgiving, put important things like their children being born on the sidelines, and then be told you have to agree with us. If not, we're going to come after you. Have them, say, I don't want to be involved in all this stuff. If one day I am of Latin descent, and if they have me out here, going against people that I may ideologically agree with, I just don't want to be a part of it. I'd rather just retire from my service. It's sad. It's sad as Americans. And I do think it's illegal. So I wanted to emphasize on that. And then also, it is manipulative. Europeans have for a very long time been manipulative. If you look at the culture of Rome and how the men there slept with little boys, like all this stuff, you re-see it in the generations. Their ancestors did it. That's why you're re-seeing it in this newer generation of people.
Oh Lord. The chat is off the chain tonight. Kamal, I know this is your fan and I respect it, but first, she kind of irritated me tonight. God bless me. First, she said, I don't know why y'all are talking about black mortality rates in front of people, when you only have 2 black women on here. First of all, it's very, very, very important we talk about this in front of all people, because this is an American issue. It's not a black issue. It's not a white issue. It's an American issue. And secondly, I'm just done. I can't. There's nobody white tea up here tonight. I can't. That's all I got to say. But you can go ahead.
Yeah, that's my homegirl Brooke. You feel me? You know what I mean? People have their opinions on shit. You feel me? I can't knock it. You know what I mean? Y'all niggas in the chat funny. Y'all talk about y'all niggas don't own no homes. You don't own no cats and dogs and cars and shit. You broke motherfuckers. Y'all the woke channel. Y'all racist. Blah blah blah. And I got Nut Cream. Is that how you say his name? Or Nacrium? Nut Cream? Yo, weird ass name. Fuck out of here. You feel me? You know what I mean? And once again, shout out to my homegirl Brooke, you feel me? You know what I mean? She got a little spicy in the chat today, you feel me? You know what I mean? But he not the only one that been on Like that the Nutcrum nigga, he said, I ain't black. Man, ash and mama jaw when I dropped them nuts all in her damn jaw. Anyway, just me, you a whole ass nigga. You from Walnut Creek, you punk motherfucker. I'm from the town. I'm from Oakland. I know how you honkies out there in Walnut Creek be. As soon as he said he was from Walnut Creek in Cali, I'm like, oh, that's why he got all this anti-black, racist ass vitriol type of shit. Man, if you don't shut the hell up and stop eating your dog's dick, get the F out of here with that bullshit. God damn. You ain't black. You yellow. Such a stupid ass. God damn. Wow.
Oh my God.
We send a super chat. You fuck motherfuckers, man.
Jesus
Goddamn, you talk about how broke we is and we need this. Send a super chat, you rich assholes. Y'all got 42 homes. Y'all got a Ferrari in the damn front yard. Damn, show us how broke we really is and give to charity. Goodness gracious, man. God damn. I've been trying to hold it in because the chat been wilding. Oh
yeah, and I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about, darling.
Uh-oh. Let me mute it.
Simple. And if you don't like it, don't come watch. It's that simple. I mean, this is the problem though. We got races with the whites, we got racism internally. I really can't. And when people don't talk about it, it's a problem. But when people talk about it, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Skeptic. Skeptic took the time to talk about a real problem and to highlight it that is affecting the Black community. She didn't have to do that.
Yeah, but I also have Black women in my panel that came up and gave their personal experience of when they gave birth. Like, I speak on, stuff that happens in the Latino community, but a lot of the base where I speak at is like the Black community. And I've been in the Black community since I was like 17, right? Like my community where I live at now, knows here. So like all my family that I call family, aunties and grandmas and everyone who's like passed, papa, everybody that I know since I've been 17, like that's just been what it is. And then I went to college and I stayed here. So like, if, we bring light to things that matter. And we also had representation and we had women come up and give their stories. Also, I want to say, if you're on TikTok and you want to listen to more of this, A. Quinn, which is like mutual of a mutual, also hosts lives on Saturday mornings and has all Black women come up and give stories of what happened and how they handled the situation, and they give a lot of good resources. So that'd be something for you to listen to if you want to on TikTok. A. Quinn, and I want to say it's Saturday mornings, or DM him and ask him when it is that he hosts them, but I want to say it's Saturday afternoons, like around 11 or 12.
And shout out to Enzo. Enzo said he's the GOAT. So because he sent the super chat, we will let him do his closing thoughts first.
Oh. So my closing thoughts are, why the hell are y'all not sending super chats? You guys not like us or something like that? Why do I gotta send myself a super chat? Come on now. Get with the program, subscribe to us, send us super chats. We do this every Monday through Thursday. It's a wonderful place, wonderful cast, great people. This was a great episode. Everybody subscribe to the new party.
Yeah, I mean, facts. I mean, anyways, thank you, Enzo. Everyone go check out Enzo's live. He's going live tonight, so please go check him out after this. I'm going to allow Mia to go next. What's your closing thoughts?
Again, another great episode. Very funny. I always enjoy listening to Kamal roast the chat. I feel like we should just have an entire episode dedicated to Kamal roasting the chat. And at the end of the day, Black maternal mortality rate, infant mortality, but also maternal mortality rate is a problem in the United States, and it is a systemic issue. You can find resources on this literally everywhere, whether it's Google, whether it's Siri, whether it's ChatGPT, Perplexity, Grok, take your pick. They will all tell you the same information. And instead of fighting with us in the chat, I suggest you all get educated, because no American woman in 2025 should be dying just from giving birth. something as natural, as simple as giving birth, but yet somehow we are almost 3 times as likely to die in an American hospital. And that is a problem.
Facts. And if you're triggered now, you're going to be really triggered Thursday night. This is the preview for Thursday night show.
People you're not allowed to criticize in this country. If you criticize Jews, you're an anti-Semite. If you criticize blacks, you're called a racist. If you say that Jews need to be held accountable for their actions, they'll say that leads to another Holocaust. If you say that black people need to be held accountable for their actions, they'll say that leads to Jim Crow or slavery.
These Jew haters, man, that put $7,000 underneath all your posts when you say anything about the Jews or when you give very good arguments for the Jews, it just shows low brain function. That's what it shows. It shows people that have very low brain function, right? They're not very smart. They don't know how to debate. I would never do that because I know how to argue my position. When people don't have anything to say, that's what liberals do, especially that's a liberal mindset.
So yeah, so sorry, Brooke, if you're easily triggered, you might not want to come back Thursday night because we got a debate coming. Yeah, and if you've been on TikTok or X today, you've seen what Andre's been up to. Whew, Jesus. Skeptic, what's your closing thoughts?
Yeah. I'm glad that you guys brought up the Black mother mortality rate. I think it is an important issue that needs to be addressed. And I do want to say that Vice President Harris was going to address this issue. She did have like a policy or an initiative to try and address this. So we could, what we missed out on, something else we missed out on. I do want to say to all of those Mexicans that are, we call them, I forget the freaking name, but it's like patrias, vendedores de patria, that are going out there and are protesting with this one nation, Americanized, manipulative like topic that they have. Go back and look at how many presidents allowed for Mexicans to come out and protest. Go look up prior to the 2 presidents that we had under Moreno. Go and look up how much freedom you had as a Mexican to come out and speak on facts. Because if you really go and do your due diligence and you're not just manipulated by social media, you'll see that this president is allowing for a lot of freedoms that were not there prior to her. So I think that we need to look at the best interest for the country. It is not our like in Mexico, we don't normally destroy murals and we don't normally destroy our own art and our own culture. We have a lot of respect for our things. The fact that these people went out and protested and almost got rid of a mural by Rivera, it to me just told me that this is Americanized. That isn't our style. We go against the police or we go against, the cartel or whoever it is that we have that issue with. But the way that the protest was even conducted to me was very Americanized. We should be smarter than that. We should have a little bit more love for our country to not allow these people to manipulate us. America needs to stay out of Mexican politics, and they need to not bring their ideas to Mexico because we're not the same. We don't think like America. We don't conduct our politicians and our political agendas like the way that they do. And if we allow them to come in and continue to use money and continue to manipulate and steal all of the natural resources, they're going to invade us. They will come in and take over. We will continue to give them everything that we have worked for. The economy in Mexico right now is flourishing. The economy in America is struggling and is set to be a catastrophe here soon. You have the billionaires selling off stocks. You have AI taking jobs of thousands of immigrants, thousands of Americans, even though they blame the immigrant. But now it's AI that's taking all the jobs. Immigrants don't have nothing. You heard Scott Bassett say that immigrants were bringing cattle. They were smuggling cattle in, which is wild, on national television. That is the reason why our beef is going to go up to $10 a pound, because of immigrants. They blame everything on immigrants other than actually going against the issue. So if there's anything is for, if you are realizing that America is coming in and trying to manipulate you like they have in the past, stop it. Stop it from using you to get to more younger people. And follow us on TikTok. This was a great episode.
Thank you, Skeptic. Kim, what's your closing thoughts?
Oh, I would love to talk to a skeptic about Mexican politics. It would probably take way too long, and I'm only leaving breadcrumbs today. But the protest was infiltrated by businessmen like Ricardo Salinas Pliego and Carlos X Gonzalez, who are billionaires in Mexico. Also, Vicente Fox, who was 5 presidents ago, very conservative. PAN PRI, we've had Fox, Calderon, Peña Nieto, and then under Morena, we've had AMLO and Scheinbaum. I have my criticisms of Morena from the left, but conversation for another day. But to me, this protest does seem like a coordinated, I don't want to call it a revolution, but at least like a color protest, which has been funded at least 90 million pesos by conservative groups, which they have in other Latin American countries as well. It's really important. I think ABC, Trump's attack on ABC reporter, that's not good. That's illegal. And also the question that she asked was really good. She was referring to the murder of Kamal Khashoggi, and it's a crazy story, but they literally murdered this reporter from I believe he was under Al Jazeera at the time, and that's, we have the worst friends in that side of the world. We're friends with Egypt, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and they're just really bad people. And I think it's also a shame that they had the former Al Qaeda leader at the White House who now controls Syria with the help of the United States. So that's also bad. We're always fomenting all these wars all over the world. We create refugee crises, and then we cry about refugees coming into our country. And then also, lastly, very important, I think that the Black maternity mortality rates is a shame and a huge stain on this country. Historically, in this country, a lot of women have suffered, and also a lot of Black people have suffered. So it's especially hard for Black women. They've suffered a lot throughout this country, and we've failed them. And we do need to implement some type of change to correct that, because it's a reflection of the systemic racism that we have in this country. And I don't think everything is racist, but when you have 3 times mortality rates for Black women, then that is a failure of this country, and we need to address it.
Facts. Thank you, Kim. Kamal, what's your closing thoughts?
Hey, first of all, shout out to Brooke. She was in the chat heavy today, man. You feel me? We needed like a phone system or something. We could have people call in or something. You feel me? Also, shout out to the new party. Everybody on the stage, they got their own TikToks. Y'all go follow Enzo. I've been in some of his lives. His lives get crazy at times. Follow Skeptic. She be on the live with Castle at times. You feel me? I'll be tuning in a little bit here and there. Follow the new party. I got them pinned to the top of my chat on my channel. Follow them. What else? Follow me, Kamal Johnson Network. Hit that notification bell on both ends so you know when we go live. You feel me? What else I gotta say? That Donald Trump shit, man. Bruh throwing everybody under the bus. He said, look at Bill Clinton. Nah, bro, we gotta look at you, because there's a picture where it looked like you grabbing his meat, bro. So it was like, come on, bro. Now you gonna throw Bill Clinton under the bus? And with them fouls, second, the one clip that Nora showed, that actually wasn't the clip that I was talking about. And it's disgusting how y'all treat Black people, specifically Black women, when it comes to the medical field. You feel me? And with the maternal rates, you know what I mean? But I fight for it where I can, but sometimes I like to leave certain conversations to my Black American women to fight for. You feel me? What else I gotta say? I want to get in the chat last. I'm gonna get on you motherfuckers in a little bit. Some of y'all was funny, but some of y'all was getting on my goddamn nerves, such as Nacrium. I know how to pronounce your name, dickhead, but I'm gonna call you Nutcrumb. That sounds funnier. All right. Are we in American Revolution? If y'all want to stop the American Revolution, give us our fucking reparations and the anti-Black hate crime bill. The economy will start booming. Tell you that much. Another thing, you white women, stop using fucking black pain and also that white dude with the documentary. Stop using our black goddamn struggle to push y'all shit. I'm tired of that. Get that out of here with that bull malarkey. Now, last but not least, all the chat. One Cup, Two Bears. Is that the name of your mama's porno? You punk motherfucker. Who else? Just Me. You Walnut Creek honky. I knew you was. As soon as you said you from Walnut Creek, I was like, oh, that's why the honkinism is oozing from his damn text messages, his tweets, and whatever the fuck you want to call this, the chat. Who else? Nut Cream. Stop licking your dog nuts, bruh. I smell it through the screen. Despicable. I'm about to call PETA on your ass. God damn. And Jeremiah Brown, you could eat a bag of fucking dicks, bruh. You was on here complaining. God damn, making no sense. I'd rather have David Johnson in here, the bird calling motherfucker that be in the chat that be just saying a bunch of bullshit. Where is he at? I'll substitute him for your ass, Jeremiah Brown. God damn. Good luck with this chat. Good luck with eating your mama's ass. God damn. Get the F out of here with that bull malarkey. Everybody else, shout out to everybody else that was in the chat from the New Party Heaven. I see you. You feel me? Everybody else that's want to talk shit, drop a super chat, man. God damn. Y'all talk about y'all got 4 homes and 3 cars and shit. Well, prove us wrong. All right? Hey, just saying.
Okay, so my closing thoughts, Brooke, I'm dedicating to you. This is all I have to say. You cannot expect people to care about reparations, struggles, things like that with Black people if you attack people when they are talking about it. So that's the first thing I have to say. Empathy is the bridge that reminds us every person, no matter their race, story, or struggle, deserves to be seen, heard, and cared for. When we choose empathy, we choose to care for all people. Every race, every background, every soul deserves compassion. Now, there are clout chasing things. I could have talked about anything tonight. And you want to know something interesting? The foundational Black person who is my partner in this, when I talked about doing this fucking topic, he didn't want me to talk about it. He said, no one's going to care. But I fought to keep this topic. So, you know, all I have to say to you is I'm going to send prayers to you. I'm really going to pray for your heart and soul. I pray that you get well because the hate in it is not good. God bless and good night, everybody.